Hi everyone, it's Aga from EurekaCrystalBeads.com and I'm here with another fun beading tutorial for you. Before I get started, just a quick reminder, check out the rest of our channel, and if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and don't forget about the notification bell because we've been posting quite regularly, so with that you won't miss any new videos. So in today's real quick and fun video, I'll show you how to make these gorgeous tiny little shamrocks. Look how tiny it is. Is it the tiniest shamrock out there? Of course not, because I even made a smaller one and you'll be able to see this one on our TikTok. So I'll be showing that on TikTok and in YouTube Shorts, so don't forget to check that out. But in this video, I'll be showing you how to make this almost the tiniest shamrock out there. And even if you don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day, don't worry, I'll also show you how to make a lucky 4-leaf clover instead as well. So that's what we're going to be doing today. There are multiple uses for it. You can make a bracelet, a necklace, a pendant out of it, or earrings that you can hang in different ways. So let me tell you a little bit about the materials. You're going to need 2 types of beads, or 2 colors of beads, because they're both the same type. They're round beads, size 11. So even if you just have one color that you want to use, you can of course only do that. I wanted to add some gold because I really like this combination of green and this inside color, or I think it's silver aligned. So I really like the look of that. And it will also be easier for me to show you with a different color of beads on the inside. So that's it when it comes to beads. And when it comes to other tools and supplies, here I have my Fireline, big roll of Fireline in the color Crystal. And this one is 4LB, but 6LB, and even I think 8LB will be fine as well. And I do recommend using that if you want a more stiff result. This is still quite pliable. If you want a really stiff shamrock, you might want to use a 6 or 8LB. And I'm going to be using Crystal. But I also tried it out with a black, and it was also quite okay. So unless you're using some transparent beads, the color of the thread doesn't really matter. Of course, you're also going to need a needle, and any size between 10 and 12 will be fine. So 10, 11, and 12. And I also have my scissors for the thread, of course. All right, let's start. So I'm going to start with the green 11-ohs, and I'm going to just pick up 11 of them. I'm gonna go through them a little bit, and then I'm gonna go through all 11 of them again. And I'm going to use this tail thread to already tie a knot over here, so I tighten them up a little bit. And I use that tail thread to tie a simple knot, and I'm going to do it twice. Okay, so that's my second knot over here. Maybe I'll move the beads to the side a little bit so that you can see better what I'm doing. All right, so this is my needle thread. It's coming out of here. I'm going to go up 3 beads on that circle. At this point, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to assume the bottom is going to be where I started. So this is going to be where I'm coming in from now. So I went through 3 beads, and I'm going to pick up a single of the inside bead, the other color bead. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip 2 beads, and I'm going to go into this one and squeeze it so that we have a little bit of a rounded shape made by these beads here. Now I'll pick up another of the inside beads, and I'm going to skip the next 2, and I'm going to go down through the remaining 3. So what you'll notice, we end up on the bottom here, and if I squeeze it, what I get is this kind of a little leaf. It's going to get neater in a moment. I'm going to go up on this side again, but just 2 beads. And these are going to be the 2 beads that this leaf is going to share with the next one. Or petal? Is it petals or leaves? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are these leaves or petals? Okay, so now I want another circle of 11 beads, but I already have the 2 that this is going to be sharing with the next petal. So what I have left is 9, because together it's supposed to be 11. So I pick up 9 green beads. All right, that's 9. And I'm gonna make a circle over these 2 beads again. But as you may remember, to add the inside beads, I went through 3. So I'm going to go through the next one, the next bead in this circle. And I'm gonna pick up 1 inside color bead. And then I'm going to skip these 2 beads, and I'm gonna go into and through this one. Now I'll pick up the second inside bead, and I'll skip the next 2 and go through that last 3 in this leaf. No, these are leaves because it's like 3-leaf clover or 4-leaf clover. Yeah, that was a stupid question. Okay, we have our second leaf. And now what I found to be the quickest way to do the last one is you pick up a single green bead and you just go straight to the other side of that first petal that we did, so that this is going to be kind of a middle bead over here. Now I pick up another 9 of the green beads, and I'm gonna go around and make a circle again, going back to the 2 beads in the first leaf over here. But I need to go through the first 3 to add the inside bead. So I go through 1 more. And I'm gonna pick up the inside bead. Skip 2 again. Don't forget to pull that tight. Now the second inside bead. And skipping 2 again. And going down through 3. Right to the middle of our shamrock. Just like this. Now we're ready to add. There. Now we're ready to add our little stem. And for that, I'm going to pick up 7 green beads. And of course, you can make your stem as long or as short as you want. I'm making it 7 beads long plus 1. That's going to block the end of it. So I'm just going back, skipping 1 bead at the end so that it, where is it? There. So that it kind of blocks the end of the stem. And I'm going into the beads opposite to the leaf that I'm currently coming out of. So as you'll notice, the thread is kind of connecting these beads on the opposite leaves, right? Now I'm just gonna hold on to that block bead, just like that. And that's basically done. What I do is I go through these beads on the side, just to tighten it up a tiny little bit. And I reach this spot in here. Of course, you can make a full circle like through all of the petals and strengthen that stem a little bit as well, but you don't have to because Fireline is pretty strong. And this is where I make the knot, so I just went under that thread over here so that I'm kind of making a knot around 2 threads that connect these petals here. Making some loops, tying it all together, going through these 2 beads to hide the tail. And now at this point, as you can see, the knot has hidden over here as well inside the beads. So you can just snip this end right out as well. And this is basically done. This is your cute shamrock. And as I said, you can just put a jump ring. This is a 22 gauge jump ring and it fits through the 11-0, at least in this color. It might not fit through metallic colors, but it fits through here. So you could hang your shamrock as a pendant or as an earring on any of these 11-0s, like from this, wherever you want. I also would like a 20 gauge jump ring just through the middle of this petal here. And this is also, how cute is that? And it kind of matches that ear wire that I chose. This is pretty cute. You can also make a bracelet out of them. You can just take a larger jump ring. I think 7 or 8 millimeter would be good. With these, this is 6 millimeters, and it didn't really work because it's so small and it just didn't connect well. But if you have a larger one, you could just connect it by the leaves and make a long chain out of them. Or you can put actually a cord like into and in between the leaves, and you can just weave it in and make like a headband out of that. That would be also kind of cute. Okay, now what if you want to make a 4-leaf clover instead of a shamrock? So this is what you do. Here I have a sample that I made, and I'm at the point where I would normally be adding the stem, but I won't do that. Instead, I'll make a 4th leaf, and I just come into that middle bead that doesn't belong to any of the leaves or belongs to all of them at the same time, and I straight up come out on the other side because I need to be on one of the edges here. So I go through the 2 beads in this leaf on the other side of my shamrock at this point to be clover. Right now there's 2 ways to do it because you can pick up 9 beads, make a circle and make a new petal, and this is what I did here. I picked up 9 so that I can squeeze in a stem in here as well. So as you can see, these 3 petals have like shared 2 beads, and in here each of these petals has its own 2 beads sort of. But what you can also do is just pick 7 and go into these beads here so that these 2 petals share these 2 beads and these 2 petals share these 2 beads. So in this way you probably won't be able to fit in a little stem. So I'm going to make another one with a stem to show you where to add it and also to maybe make cute earrings for myself. So I'm going to pick up 9 green beads. And I'm going to go through these 2 to make a circle. Then again through 1 more. I'll skip 2 and add my first inside bead. So I'm skipping, which ones am I skipping? These 2. Pulling tight. And the second inside bead, skipping these 2. And going down through these next 3. Putting it down in its place. like this. So now we have our 4 leaves. Now I'm going to straight up just go up through these 2 beads on this side. And I'm gonna pick up however many beads I want my stem to have, which is the same number as here, which would be 8 actually. So that's 8 plus 1, so 9 in total. I'll skip that first bead and go through all of these. And I'm gonna go down these 2 beads on the other side, in the petal on the other side. So over here. And in this version, when you're making a 4-leaf clover, it's actually very easy to kind of strengthen that stem, because you just go right up through the 2 beads on the other side. And up again through all of the beads in that stem. And down again through the beads on the other side. And this is where I'll make my knot. I can just hide it in one of these beads, maybe through here. This one is also pretty much hidden in the beads, so I can just snip it off. And there I have a 4-leaf clover. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you had fun making these absolutely adorable tiny shamrocks or 4-leaf clovers. Happy St. Patrick's Day if you're celebrating, and see you in the next tutorial. Bye!